great story. Thank you so much, Steve. Some towns in New Jersey, where you live, Steve, I think this is happening in your town, they have a blue streak in the middle of the road showing their support for law enforcement by painting that thin blue line on the road in between those yellow lines. Our next guest, they came together to make it all happen in the town of Mahwah, New Jersey. And joining us now is Mahwah's mayor, Bill LaForette, and Mahwah resident, Susan Larson, along with 10 officers that represent the Mahwah Police Department. So first of all, thank you all for your service. We love you all and we support you all. All right, Sue, I'll start with you. How did this come to be in Mahwah? Because you're responsible for this, right?
Yes, initially I was sitting in traffic in Wyckoff and I looked and noticed that they were painting a blue line, sent a message to my friend and I said, wow, they have a blue line, why don't we have one? So, we have a great police department and we wanted to recognize them and thank them, for all their efforts. So I, sent a call to Mayor LaForette and the blue line was there.
So what does this mean to you and your community, and why did you do this?
Well, it means a lot to us, especially in light of the Dallas shootings that started all this. We printed 10 of these signs for lawns, thinking that would be a great show of gesture for...
These signs, these thank you signs?
Yes, a good show of support for the officers. Mahwah is one of the safest communities in New Jersey, and it blew up into 650 signs on residents' front lawns, so that's a huge show of support. And Sue's idea about the blue line is a daily reminder to motorists and residents every day about what the service these gentlemen do for us.
All right, we have Lieutenant Philip Tangle behind you, Mayor. What does this mean to you and to the police department?
Every time the police officers pull into the police department, they see the blue line painted right on the roadway in front of the station, and it just shows the police officers the level of appreciation that the community feels towards the police department and police officers in general. The vast majority of police officers and the community get along together, and it just shows a level that the residents show their support towards the police department, and it's very much appreciated.
It's got to feel good, especially after everything that's happening in our country.
Yes, it
What
does.
is your response to these critics? Some people are saying this shows white privilege. You have a town in Pennsylvania, the residents wanted to do it, and DOT there is saying, hey, wait a minute, it could cause confusion on the road. We don't want to upset anyone, and if someone gets in an accident because of this blue line, then they'll blame us and they'll sue us. What's your response?
We haven't had any issues with traffic, and as far as confusion with motorists, has caused zero issues. There have been some negative, feedback towards the police department related to the blue lines, but the vast majority of citizens in our township and throughout the county and state are more than positive for these blue lines. 99%, I would say.
Well, Mayor, kudos to you for doing this, because sometimes you'll have like one or two people that don't like it, and so it ruins it for the entire town. But you're not listening to the critics.
No, we're not listening to the critics, and I would say this, that the critics, while they enjoy their opportunity to speak, do it from their backyards where these officers provide us the safest community. It can't be forgotten about. It's a changing world, and I think the job that they signed up for is vastly different today, and credit to them for what they do for our community and across the nation. Police officers, the idea of a safe community is the most valuable component, I think, and when people take leave for work, leave their kids at school, it starts with these officers and what they do. So I just don't understand the criticism.
Yeah. Sue, what happens next? I was reading that you have a goal now to continue this throughout your entire county.
Yes, I would love to see that happen. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to actually do that myself, but, I encourage anybody to initiate having that done in their town, and I'm happy to help. I've had so many Facebook messages from people saying, how do I get this done in my town, my students at Ramapo College? So I've had nothing but positive response. It's all about people wanting to get it done. So I feel like it's a very reasonable goal.
Yeah. Lieutenant, what's your message on behalf of all the officers that you represent to the folks at home that are watching and are in support?
Just continue your support of your police departments, whether local, state, or county, and federal too, because the positive feedback we've gotten from the citizenry is fantastic, and we're out there to protect everybody and be part of the community as well as everybody else.
Well, thank you so much for wearing that uniform and wearing it proudly.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.